Welcome to Mimi's Science Lab. Now look at this little creature. Just a tiny little bug. Because he's on his back right now. You're visiting Mimi's Science Lab and I'm using a microscope. That's really just like a big marker. Plugs into your computer and the picture shows up on the computer and stuff. But look at him. Look at all the details in him. Kind of cute. Almost looks like he's got glasses on the middle of his body. Don't it look like sunglasses? I mean, regular glasses. God, look at that. It's quite the interesting little bug. They have a small, stubby legs and cause only minor damage to plants, probably because they're so tiny. You can use ice cold water to get them off the plants if you want to like dislodge them from the plants. They are a sap-sucking, soft-body insect. They can stunt a plant's growth and producing plants. So sometimes if you wonder, well, how come that part didn't grow? Them didn't grow very big. But the rest of the garden did just fine. And every now and then you find one that just looks like, wow, his growth was stunt. One of these little fellas came to visit. Isn't he kind of cute? He's so tiny. I mean, really tiny. Of course, on the microscope, you see him so much bigger. But, I mean, you can never see these kind of details with the naked eye. Look how he is. Let me flip him over, if I can. I don't know. He's not wanting to flip over very easy. Ah, got him. Well, look at that. See, he opens right up like that. There's his little head. There's his back. Isn't he interesting? Look at that. Just a tiny, tiny, tiny little thing. But he can stop production. Isn't that funny? Suck the juice right out of them. It's like, oh, I can't grow no more. He took too much. You want to see how tiny he really is? Let me show you. See if I can pick him back up. He's so little. Well, there we go. See how tiny he is? He's just a tiny, tiny little thing. So see something you probably wouldn't even see that you can find and look under the microscope. Look at this poor little fella. Alright, let me bring him back to you. There we go. Alright. Yeah, got him on his side. Alright. Well, I hope you've enjoyed my bringing them to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend, and we'll bring you some more little bugs that we find. Grandkids can find so many bugs for you. They just bring it all to their Mimi. Hey, Mimi, do a video. And that's how we got Mimi's Science Lab. All the crazy little things they bring me. But it's good because they're young. And it builds their interests. And these are all things they're going to be able to see. Hey, I'm the one who caught that bug. Or no, my sister caught that one and brought it to her. You know, they're going to remember this. And of course, they can watch the videos all the time and see everything they used to do when they were a little kid. Isn't that just cool? flip them over. Here we go. Flipped you right over. I think this is the interesting part because it looks like glasses right there. I can't help it, it does. Isn't it interesting? Funny how you can look at something and see, hey, look at that. It's the hole underneath. And then you can see right there. That is so interesting. Alright. Hope you've enjoyed my bringing this to you. Be sure to sub me, join me as a friend. And by all means, share this with some of your friends who might like to see this kind of stuff. You all got to learn science in school, so go for it. Just interesting, the little things that are around and how they really are when you put them under the microscope. So put a microscope on your Christmas list. It's like an adventure. You get to stay in your house when it's cold in the wintertime and just look at things under a microscope. And it's like, wow. Alright, makes good for good school reports too. So you could do that and make a report on whatever you found, whatever you see. Of course, you can get into the bigger things, you know, and dissect it all and show it all, but that's not quite my cup of tea. I never had to do that in school. I'm too old. I think they do it now, but because my older daughter and stuff, yeah, we had to dissect a frog in school. So it's like, oh, gross. She says, I had no problem cutting him right up. Even the boys couldn't do it. They thought it was gross. So, here you go. Something to do. In the cold of winter, you can't go out. There's a snowstorm going on. Or you just like some time alone. Want to check things out? There you go. It'll entertain you unreal because it's like you can see things completely different. Under the microscope is completely different than in real life. I mean, I showed you how small he really is. You wouldn't have even given him a second look. But under the microscope, it's like, wow, look at the details. It does look like glasses under there. All right, so stay tuned for more. We got plenty coming. Bye-bye now.